Hey guys, I'm back with a quick video, and today what I want to talk about is I think I have a solution for eBay's feedback issue, especially negative feedback. So if you guys know, or if you've been on eBay for a while, you know that it used to be pretty easy to get rid of a negative feedback. You were able to talk to customer service, and they would be able to usually get rid of the feedback if it was unwarranted for you. And even if you were just showing that you tried to provide good customer service to someone when they left a negative feedback, a lot of times you were able to get that negative feedback removed even if someone did not respond back to you, because you went out of your way and tried to provide some good customer service. But as you know now, if you call in, no one will help you. If you try to put it through eBay's feedback removal tool, I've never had one removed, even for ones that are warranted. I've never had anything removed from the eBay feedback removal tool, and that's just a garbage system for how they're running it. I have 100% feedback right now, so I've gotten all my negatives removed, but how I get them removed is by reaching out to the customer and fixing their issue and doing revision requests. So I got a few neutrals on my account, but that's what I'll tell the people. If someone has a negative feedback and I fix it, I go, hey, since I reached out and helped you on this and took care of your situation, would you be open to changing to positive or at least a neutral to get my feedback back to 100, because I value my feedback being at 100%. And most of them will put it back to positive because you reached out, and a lot of them just don't expect anyone to reach out. So that's where I think I found a solution for eBay. And I used to be a product manager, software product manager, so I know a lot of things about fixing broken technical systems. So what I'm thinking that eBay should do is, instead of allowing a customer to put negative or neutral feedback into the system just whenever they want, they should be required to send a message to the seller telling them, hey, I've had this issue with your item, and try to resolve it, right? So maybe a partial refund, maybe a full refund, or just at least reaching out to the seller to find out. And in that time period, when they reach out, the seller has 24 hours to respond and try to fix whatever the issue is for the buyer. And if the buyer at the end of 24 hours doesn't feel like, hey, it's going down the right path of resolving and fixing this issue, then they're allowed to go into the feedback system and put a negative or neutral in there. I think that will show eBay, hey, the buyer made an effort to get this resolved without putting negative feedback in there, right? Like, I think a lot of it is just, you need to have communication. There needs to be some effort of ability to resolve the issue, and a lot of times that just negates any customer putting negative feedback on your account, because a lot of times there's a lot of sellers out there that are just terrible, a lot of bad sellers, so they warrant getting negative feedback. But there are a lot of good sellers where buyers have been burned by other bad sellers in the past, where buyers are just gonna give a negative feedback because they don't expect anything back from you. A lot of them are like, okay, I'm going to eat this and I'm never going to get my money back on this item. And you know what? I got screwed, and so I'm going to screw the guy and give him negative feedback. So with this solution, they have to reach out. It gives the seller 24 hours to respond back, tell them, hey, this is how I'm going to help you out, or hey, please open a return, because a lot of times people just don't even know you have an option to return. Here's how you do a return. And so after 24 hours, the buyer can leave whatever feedback they want, but it's initiated by them sending that message saying like, hey, I've had an issue with your item. And they could probably click a box on there saying, hey, like when they're leaving their response to the seller of like, hey, I got an issue. And they click a thing, and that starts the timer on the whole system. And I think a lot of it will just be resolved right there. No one's gonna get negative feedback. majority, 90% is going to be resolved just by having communications if the seller is working with them. And a lot of people say, hey, this is going to be a way for people to try to extort and get money back that's unwarranted. I don't think that's going to happen at all. There's going to be some shady people that are going to try to do it, but I don't think it's going to really happen. And now that everything is in two-way communication recorded in eBay, customer service would be required to at least be able to look at the communications. So if someone does leave a negative feedback and the seller wants to appeal it, there is communication back and forth that eBay can see, that you could see what the buyer has said and what the seller has said. And a lot of times you could remove the negative feedback that would be left in there, because if the buyer is just unreasonable and the seller was going above and beyond giving them offers on there of what they could do, and if the buyer is unreasonable, like maybe they say, I want you to give me full refund, I'm not going to return it, and the seller's like, no, you need to return it for your full refund. If they leave a negative on there, then eBay should be able to remove that, right? So like situations like that, I think there are ways for this to work that will protect both sellers and buyers and make a way better experience on there. Also hold the sellers up to a higher standard of customer service, and help with buyers that have bad experiences, getting those resolved so they're coming back for more purchases. Because with the bad sellers out there and giving bad experiences to the buyers, a lot of buyers just have bad experience, they never come back. So I want to help resolve that issue in the system. And if they see like, hey, I can't leave a negative feedback, but you can reach out to the seller, I think that will help resolve that issue of buyers dropping off from bad experience, because hey, they're told, hey, reach out to the seller and let them know the issue. So that is my solution for how to fix the feedback issue on eBay. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this, what other changes you guys would do, or what your potential solutions would be. And I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.